already. And with that being said, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Digestif. It is late September, rapidly approaching October. And we are in the heart of fall, my favorite time of the year regarding weather, because I am a man who has a condition that I actually do not sweat that much in my armpits, but I have a sweaty hand, sweaty feet condition, where when it's really hot weather, all of the sweat in my sweat glands, I have something called hyperactive sweat glands. And this is something that has really pained me as a child, because when I would shake someone's hand in the summertime, I always was the awkwardly tall kid with the sweaty hands. And it really did not help me in my initial first steps of trying to talk to women and, in the dating world, because what high school girl wants to date a awkward high school boy with sweaty hands? Nobody really wants that. That's not something anyone's really planned to sign up for, right? But that is what it is for me in the summertime. I tend to have to wear socks over my flip-flops for obvious reasons, and I have to walk around and try not to keep my hands too moist at all times. But now we are in September. We are in that perfect weather where my Eastern European roots come out. I do not get cold. I just kind of stay comfortable and slightly chilly at all times. But I am Sam Mushman, as always, comedian sommelier. Robbie Sco to my left. How you doing, bro?
Good, man. Got the past coming back to bite me a little bit.
The past come back to bite you. There's a lot that's happened in the last 2 weeks in your past.
I don't know what this is, but I'll just mention it and pretend I know what it's about. But I received some bail money as a refund from something I did in Jersey City in 2014.
Okay.
Bail money.
You received a refund on bail money. So you were bailed out for something, and then the number that was set for your bail was too high. They re-looked into it and said, this is a man, the way he's dressed right now, why did we set the number so high?
Yeah, I was figuring you could figure out why that was, but yeah.
I'm trying to. I need your help. You can't just say that.
I feel like the only time I've got arrested is just for ganja after high school, just smoking in a car. And then
so you've been arrested for that on multiple occasions?
No, just once for that, and then once for hopping a turnstile, and I think I didn't have my license or something.
Sure.
So I was just in a Manhattan jail cell overnight with a bunch of drug dealers and stuff, and I just slept on a little bench, and they're talking about, yeah, man, I got a pound of this, pound of that, I heroin. Wow. I'm just yeah, I hopped the turnstile.
Amazing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the great and powerful Robbie Sco, when white privilege doesn't work, to your left-hand side right there, and to my right, the one, the only, some may call him that saxophone guy, some may call him a little bitch whistle boy, others call him Mr. Lucas Perez. How you doing?
That's at the hip.
That's at the hip.
That was the best part of that episode.
Well, it was fun. We created a caricature that I think is more important than you think, because I do think you are going to meet Donna one of these days. And if you are not emotionally and intrinsically ready for that experience, it could go down in the wrong path. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know. I like Louisiana. I like the South.
I don't know if Louisiana likes you. That's my concern.
Could be a thing.
Yeah. Well,
Donna.
Well, as always, guys, Mr. Perez, a remarkable persona on the saxophone. And what's interesting about the show is you see that saxophone guy in that different lifestyle of positions in his life. You have certain episodes where he is in shorts, a baggy T-shirt, and a douche mock. And there's other episodes where he's in a three-piece suit with a floral undershirt and little white velvet Sperry shoes. There's a lot of different versions you see of this man. But you are not a fan of podcasting in the morning. Are you awake and ready now?
I'm getting there, man.
Okay.
I'm getting there. It's hard. It's really hard.
Well, we will come back to you. I feel great. I'm in a great mood, and I want to, we've talked, Robbie, about this a little bit. I was at my wine bar a bit understaffed the last 5-6 weeks. It was tiresome.
Ooh.
Was wearing multiple hats, but we are now getting staffed. There's new hires. There's people. There's new little minions in the realm getting acquainted to what we do. And but it's still nerve-wracking, because what I realize is when you're running any kind of a business, like new hires that first week or two, they're like goldfish. Did you ever have a goldfish as a kid? And your mom takes you to the pet store, and you look around and there's like this really cute puppy dog. There's like a really cool parrot. There's like an iguana. And you want any of those pets, right? But the reality is your mom still deals coke on the weekends, and her husband hasn't talked to her in 6 to 9 months. So the budget she has for a pet for you at that point in your life is a goldfish. And you need to accept that. You need to accept that this is a thing I cannot get potentially too emotionally invested in, because it could veer off down the wrong road at any point in time, right? And what is the biggest challenge with a goldfish? It's when you purchase it and you take it out of its natural tank of water in a plastic bag, and you have to transfer it to a new tank of water, right? It's that shock. You have to make sure the water's the right temperature. You have to make sure that the surrounding temperature is not too off from what it was normal, what it was used to. And when it hits that water, you hope and pray that it does not immediately die, right? So new hires are like goldfish transferring into a new tank, right? That first week you have to stand by the goldfish, make sure its first experience is a positive one, and eventually, when enough time has passed, and you have the little fake skeleton configuration in there, the goldfish likes that, it's swimming through it, then you could throw it a couple little like guppies and stuff to play with, and then the goldfish is in a good place. But that takes a couple weeks, right? So I have about 3 goldfish currently. That's what I'm dealing with.
Yeah, it's good. I remember seeing you like a few weeks past, just like running around in the kitchen, like sweating, like throwing things around. Like
it was a nightmare.
Yeah, like
absolute nightmare.
You and Marlon going in, like getting things.
I've made more flatbread pizzas than I'm never going to eat one ever again. I've made they're in my dreams. These like flatbread pizzas. I had a nightmare that I had to make like 187 flatbread pizzas, and I didn't have any ingredients. Because that's like this was keeping me up at night,
That's funny. But we recognized one of your goldfish. Yeah, because we'd see him at the bar down the street when, of course, we'd always show up looking absurdly fresh.
Yeah,
and then
he has a nickname for me.
Yeah, his nickname for him. What does he call you?
He calls me Snakeskin.
I think I know which goldfish you're talking about.
So literally every time I walked into that place, even if I didn't have the snakeskin jacket on, he would just go snakeskin.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I'm a big fan of him. I think he's going to be good.
We're fans.
Yeah, he was a good one. And also, whenever we can find someone that can, like, my entire staff makes fun of you. So, like, that's a culture we want to instill. We want to make sure that, when you walk in, even if you get your invoices, especially in the weeks that your invoices get paid on time, because you're in a good place and you deserve to have your invoices paid on time. We want to make sure that you get shitted on emotionally from the moment you walk into the wine bar to the moment you leave, because that is just, that's how we show you love. Is that? Do you feel?
I feel love.
The love from that? Okay, I didn't want to make sure.
He looks a little like Robbie, right? A little bit.
Okay, yeah. No, we're definitely talking about the same guy.
Yeah,
we're talking about the same person for sure. 2 skinny white guys, yes, for sure. But yeah, man, it's a good feeling to be staffed up, to start educating about wine again. To actually spend the time to like talk about fermented grape juice. That's a fun opportunity. Robbie has been dealing with some medical things over the past several months, especially from COVID, the second vax and stuff. I recently got my own checkup, and just to make sure everything was working okay, all the gears were, sharp and squeaky and everything. And everything came back fine, except for they tried to say that I have high cholesterol.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. High cholesterol.
LDL?
The LDL, that's like the unwanted cholesterol, I think, right? Yeah. A decent amount of unwanted, but also not too much, actually a decent amount of wanted cholesterol. So, like, here's what happened, right? And this is the issue with the medical field, You pull a 223 cholesterol rating, you're supposed to be under 200. That's what I learned, right? And the woman looked at me, she said, okay, you got about 3 months to get this down. Or, if you can't get it down yourself, we're going to have to put you on medication.
Oh, my goodness.
And that's a freak. I'm like, whoa, I'm 31 years old. I'm active. And she's like, well, do you exercise enough? I'm like, just fucking stop it. That's not the problem. The problem is diet. The problem is I work 12 hours a day. I burn 300 calories a fucking day running around on my feet. And then I go and eat Taco Bell at 2 in the morning. That's the issue, right? But the comment about the meds, man, kind of freaked me out. And then I talked to my dad about it, who actually has legitimate, at one point, high cholesterol. And, like, high cholesterol is in, like, the high 2s, low 3s. That's, like, high cholesterol, right? Really high cholesterol is apparently, like, up in the 4s and shit, So, like, 223 is apparently, like, not that big of a thing. It just says that you're still a healthy 31-year-old shithead that just needs to eat healthier. That's kind of what that says, right? But it was fascinating how quickly they were ready to just pop you on meds, you know? Because we live in a society.
Dish out that prescript.
Yeah, I mean, is there ever a country that is more charged by keeping the population medicated?
Yeah, and it's crazy. Like the list of things that are just unpatentable is just all like like hemp and like anything natural. Like you can't patent anything natural.
No.
It has to be like synthesized. So like it forces these companies, like these pharmaceutical companies, to make things that are more synthetic and less natural, so that they can get a patent on it, so that they can optimize their profit from it, versus something that may be healthier for the person but more natural because they can't put their own, like, this is our company, this is our seal on it. It's
exactly.
crazy.
It is crazy. And you're in that board meeting to what Robbie just said, and you're like, well, you know, we're going to make this thing completely by ourselves. We will control the operation. We will control the recipe of this. It's all unnatural. But what we're going to do is we're going to bring in an actress, and we're going to create a little talking dog. And the talking dog's going to be in a commercial, and he's going to go to the vet, and it's going to be silly. It's going to be really cute because they're going to diagnose what's wrong with the dog, and he's going to say, I'm a talking dog, and everyone's going to laugh. You know, it's going to be really, really adorable. And the doctor's going to go, no, silly talking dog. It's that you were having issues with your trachea and in your small intestine, and we had to now have doggy medication for you. But the American public's not going to see that. They're just going to see, look at this woman and her talking dog. How cute. I wish my dog could talk. I want to talk. That is where the American brain goes. We watch that commercial, go, duh, the talking dog. I want talking dog. Why don't my dog talk? I want talking dog too. And then like by the end of the commercial, it's like, your dog needs this. And you completely, your brain skip past that last 30 seconds where it's like, side effects could be stroke, heart damage, blah, 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 blah. You miss all of that verbiage, and you go and get your not talking dog medication. We are literally doing healthcare commercials, medicine commercials for animals at this point. You know, it's absurd to me. So, you know, that's what it is. I haven't eaten steak since I've gotten the results. That's the big one.
Damn.
Because I work next to a corporate steakhouse, and after a long night, I love steak. It's easy just to walk over there when they give you free drinks anyway and just get a fucking 8-ounce filet.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to not do that, you know? So now I have to go there and get the Chilean sea bass. That's what that means, which is delicious. It's a great piece of fish. But
you want the steak.
I want the steak.
Yeah, of course.
You know? So it was a bit of a wake-up call. I had to realize that now I have to start to, for the rest of my life, watch what I actually eat. I just can't, just because I'm active on my feet, I just can't eat like a complete asshole. And, you know, it's really hit my privilege a little bit. I used to feel invincible. Now I feel like I have to actually make correct decisions and be responsible.
Yeah, you want to be able to get that steak. Like even me and Lucas the other day, after pumping iron with Charlie, we just like got takeout 1-pound steaks from this one restaurant. Like, yeah, can we get like medium rare steaks to go? And they're like, oh, sure.
Yeah.
You just pound that steak down, get that protein in.
Enjoy that. You have another good 10 years of that, I think, for you guys, you know? We all have. Because, like, the cholesterol thing, it's so hard to tell, man. Like my dad, he ran half marathons when he had really high cholesterol. He was running, like, 15-mile marathons, and he was just not, you know, he would drink beer, and he would eat a decent amount of red meat, and that's what, what was doing it. And then he got that shit way down in, like, 6 months or so just from diet. And the doctor tried to put him on meds, and they said, well, you know, the only way you're going to get this down is if you take this medication right here. And my dad's like, sure, I'll take it. And then he left and was like, fuck it, I'm not taking that. And he just changed his diet, got the cholesterol down by like 80 points. Doctor's like, wow, see what I tell you about that medication? And my dad's like, I never took one pill of that. It was just diet.
Geez. Damn, look at us. We're Digestif. We're talking about food here.
We are. We are being Digestif because, I mean, this podcast really hasn't been on brand in about, 2 months. It's been a lot about your Eastern European relationship, your entire getup as a person, and how I felt about, like, the Olympics and Space Jam. That's been, like, what the podcast has been.
Yeah, so we'll get back to food, booze, and music.
Food, booze, and music.
Entertainment.
Yeah, same shit.
How was your gig? You had something in the city, right?
Yeah. Had a recent little wine comedy show. That was fun. Smaller audience, but going to be doing the next one. I'll plug that on October 21st, Thursday night. Doing the longer set again. I think Craig's going to be on that show. Some of my other friends that you might have saw from the first show, a couple of new faces, and it will be fun. It's going to be a little wine tasting pre-show where we compare fermented grape juice to failed relationships, government conspiracies, and overall the crippling debt of this country. And you'll get to learn about Bordeaux that way, and then we'll go into the showroom and do a little comedy show,
Hell yeah.
Should be fun. You guys had an interesting story, right? This is one of those moments where we have to create a segment on the show for like a night out with Robbie and Lucas, because the two of them go to random places. On the latest episode, by the time this comes out, the episode right before it, you will learn about Robbie's story about being trapped in a cabin in the woods by the band leader. And, that one will show you the way Robbie's able to deal with certain absurd circumstances in real time. But we have another one, so tell us what went down.
Yeah, I guess it's fun because the way we go out is a little different than other people. Like, it's a combination of his experience. Like, when I first met him, he was just busking, right? He was, like, playing saxophone for money on the street, which he now calls prospecting, which I think is great because he gets so many gigs from just like being out in the street playing.
Yeah.
So like we have a similar mentality when we go out. Like when we go out to random bars, like he'll just have his sax, and we'll just make a thing of it. So if you want to pull up that Instagram video,
does prospecting also include women abducting you?
Sometimes.
Okay, I just want to make sure we're on the same page with what prospecting is, because I think 2 out of every 3 people, it's for a gig, but 1 out of 3, you're potentially, if you don't handle that one right, you're getting fucked in the ass. Is that a possibility?
Yeah.
Safe to say. Okay.
Yeah. So the interesting thing about this is like we're crashing a wedding, which of course I'll always feel a little strange about. Like it's COVID. We're just like entering into a private party uninvited.
All right. So you're just walking in. The door's wide open.
Because
this isn't a movie. Like there was no one there to stop you. Is what you're saying.
Roll tape.
We are about to watch live footage of.
Yeah, and I can splice this in too. I might do that for the video.
There you go. And of course, Lucas isn't connected to his own Wi-Fi in the house that he lives in. But
Connected. It's just not.
So you just walked in. You've broken into the wedding already at this point, right?
We're like in the alleyway. Like we snuck around the back alleyway.
So
we're getting close. Higher and higher. We're planning the heist here.
This is beautiful. This is what your 20s are for right here, guys, if you're watching this.
Yeah, want me to hand me that sack case? I got you.
So you're going to walk into the wedding and just start playing. Is that what's about to go down?
You got a great ear. You'll be able to pick up whatever fucking song you're playing. You got this. Yep, found the key already.
All right, here he goes. He's going into the ballroom. It's all about you got to be confident when you pull something like this off. I love the confidence in your walk. Just jumped right in.
It's going well.
It's going well. I mean, how could it not go well?
The groom's grabbing him, hugging him.
The groom's like, I don't remember paying for this, but I'm so glad that you're here. This venue, man, there's a lot of add-ons that they throw in that you don't realize. It's a great bang for your buck. All right, so now he's still playing, and at this point, less people are dancing with you towards the end and starting to look at you and wonder, was that in the budget?
Was it in the budget? Yes, he's going in, raging.
All right, so after that video, you gotta break this down for me, because I think a lot of people are gonna be a little confused. We don't want to leave a cliffhanger, right? Once the smoke settles and people go, okay, let's get off the dance floor, let's go get another drink. By the way, who the fuck is that guy? When did that moment happen?
Hours later, right?
Hours later.
Hours later. Okay.
So tell them about what happened.
Yeah,
well, to get to those hours, what did the two of you do for those next several hours? Did you just kind of exist? Did you just kind of
went to another bar?
You left the wedding.
We hit it and quit it.
We hit it hard and we quit it.
And you quit it. Okay. So you left the venue, and then did you come back to the venue?
No, we went down the street to this other bar. It's like an outdoor one, and we were there for like an hour, and then the whole wedding shows up, and then they immediately recognized me, and then boom. I played out there for them.
Oh, play another song. Play another.
So
they're
was there
talking
ever-
in Spanish, right? They're Colombian. Or
Yeah,
something?
they're all Colombians. Yeah.
They're all Colombian, so that also helped because you guys are all of Spanish culture sticks together. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, they're like,
right?
your nose, I knew it. Your nose.
Yeah. So was there any point where the Spanish groom, the Colombian groom, looked at you and said, "Did I book this?"
No, not at all.
No. That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful
They
thing.
didn't care.
Yeah.
They were just like, that was awesome.
So you kept playing for them in the after party, and then how did
Yeah, they're throwing money at you, right?
Yeah, I made like $100 after that. Like just a cappella too, no speaker, nothing. I was just playing my horn, like.
Yeah, people at the bar were
Colombian
clapping
songs.
and shit.
So speaking of demographics that could be good for you in a relationship, I'm going to throw in there Colombian women. Okay, could be fantastic for you. All right, I want to steer you away from Korea just a little bit. And
No.
nothing against them,
disagree.
right? No, because as someone that was born in, you have a very rich Spanish culture, right? You have a great family. I've met you and your cousin, and by that I'm saying you have a great family. And based on the information I've learned about you, right? Colombian women, how do you say it? Do not fucking play. And I think that is something that could be beneficial in your life because you, and we've talked about it on the show before, you are very agreeable, and yet you need something that is still exotic. You look at Korean women as exotic, but Colombian women are absolutely stunningly gorgeous. They're batshit crazy, but there's good crazy and bad crazy. You can find a good crazy. Do you feel that is possible, or do you not? Is there a reason why you're not as attracted to Spanish women as you are a Korean woman?
Did I tell you I had my ex-girlfriend, my ex-Colombian girlfriend from high school?
Is this the one that was thrown out of the car?
No.
Okay.
No,
What
before that
demographic of woman did you throw out of a moving vehicle?
She was Italian. She was Italian.
Okay, so then that one. That's like if Gina was here, she would say that makes sense. Like they can, they'll rub a little dirt on the wound. They'll go eat some penny al vodka and they'll move on. All right, so that's fine. But
no, my ex Colombian girlfriend. She's dating.
okay,
and
ex Colombian girlfriend.
Yeah, before the Italian. She now she is dating currently Sean Paul's DJ and has been for like 8 years.
So what is different about Sean Paul's DJ compared to you? Because the point I want to make is I think there's more in common between you and Sean Paul's DJ than there is not in common. Could you think that the two of you are in the music industry, right? The two of you have probably worn some sort of a weave at different points in your career, and the two of you probably know how to dress. And the two of you have probably thrown a person out of a moving vehicle. So, what is the straw that makes you timid to reopen the idea of a Colombian woman in your life? Because they are a beautiful people.
Oh, they're definitely beautiful people. I don't know. I don't know.
They're probably fantastic in the bedroom, right?
Mm.
You want someone that would like life-changing sex. The type of sex where your left nut is sore for like 72 hours. That's a Colombian woman.
She gave a good hand job.
Good hand. This is the
In
issue.
those days, I didn't.
Why is that what you remember? Oh, because you're high school.
Yeah, it was high
Understood.
school.
You're too young. You were too young at the time. So, this is the time in your life, late 20s, early 30s, to maybe reopen that realm.
And whether he admits it or not, he knows great Spanish. He was helping me. It's funny. He was helping me translate the other day when I was like prepping my car to like get ready to go to the cabin in the woods. I'm like, oh shit, this is a long little journey.
Yeah,
but
he was helping you prep, not the band leader. The band leader was out of it.
No, he's helping me translate because I went to this car shop that was like Spanish only. So I brought him with me, and he was like helping to like understand what the hell's going on.
So Lucas is helping you get your car under control,
and other people because they're like other people.
There was a clear language barrier at this car shop.
So like they started like they look. Oh, can you talk to them and tell them this? Lucas,
yeah.
They like hired Lucas temporarily.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So he's like going around the other thing, but his Spanish is on point.
His Spanish is on point. His sex appeal is on point. You have I think you have a personality that a Colombian woman can compliment because she will just create you in her essence, and you will go with that. you're not the kind of guy that is quick to get into a big argument, right? Like that's what would not work. It's like you get a good Spanish girl that will just blame her psychoticness on, this is a passion. I'm so passionate, right? And then meanwhile she stabbed you in the leg with a kitchen knife. But one or two of those are going to happen for a healthy, good, crazy relationship to blossom.
Yeah. Sure.
You don't seem open-minded to it.
I like Korean women, man. I like Korean.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that you need to like the physical person. You need to find what type of person is good
Korean.
for you. No, that's not that's
physical.
That's an ethnicity. That's not a personality. You have
I disagree.
And then you have personalities. What you're trying to say is that the entire country of Korea makes the same person. That is what you are saying right now.
Don't make me sound racist.
I'm not making you sound racist.
Soundbite.
When in doubt, blame it on the white guy. It's a great time too. Blame it on the white guy.
Job.
All right? I'm the one that said it. I might have said that I think you're thinking it, but I'm the one that said it. Okay, blame it on me. Right? That is not true. Right?
He might.
What is the personality that you're looking for? Because if we break down what that personality is, we might say tic-tac-toe, Colombian woman.
Okay. I like K-pop.
Here's what we're going to do on the show.
He's fishing here.
We need to bring on a couple female guests, right? Random, young, promising young, promising Somerville ladies, right? And they might be Korean. They might be anything else, right? Mm-hmm. And we are going to bring on some prospects, and we're going to do a dating show on the show. And it's going to be a blind dating show. We're going to set up a cardboard wall, right? Lucas is going to be on one side. There'll be 3 formidable suitors on the other side. And Lucas is going to talk about what he likes and doesn't like, and then we're going to have these 3 ladies each talk about what they like and don't like. I am going to have one of them be Asian, okay? The other 2 will not be Asian. And then we're going to see...
One's going to be Donna.
You're going to pick...
I'll probably accidentally pick her.
You ain't going... You going to know when I walk in the room, you little bitch whistle boy.
It's going to be Sam in a dress.
Come on in. You going to pick me. You going to pick me. You in for a long and hard weekend. Like a Chevy commercial when you see the truck ride up the Rocky Mountains. That mountain's going to be your little pee-wee, bitch whistle boy. I'm going to ride your pee and leave you with a burn, like an Indian rug burn, going right down your shaft. No, we're not going to bring in Donna. But we'll get 3 women, right? One of them will be Asian, right? Because then if he picks that one blind, that checks out. Then I will stand corrected. I will be the first one to shake your hand and say, I didn't know what's best for you. I'm sorry. I was being a overzealous friend, and I should have listened to you. I'll be the first to admit that. But there will be 2 other women that are not Asian, and they're also going to be people. They're going to be human beings like the Asian woman that are going to have different thoughts, analysis, and opinions.
But it's not going to matter, Sam.
You are going to...
We'll see.
We're going to ask questions. You're not going to see them. And you're going to pick which person you would want to go on a date with based on that conversation. If you pick the non-Asian one, you have to go on a date with them. We are going to source these women over the next week. We're going to send out a feeler on Instagram, okay? We're going to find 3 women. And if you pick the non-Asian one, you have to give it a chance. You have to go on a date with them. Are you willing to say live on the podcast, you're open to this idea? This can be a helpful idea of growth. I'm not going to have any trannies. I'm not going to have any non-binary people.
Okay, yeah, I wanted some conditions before I agreed to this.
Yes, okay.
No trannies,
out of the 27
no
genders, the gender that's going to be in all 3 women is a female.
Okay.
There's going to be no penises.
No penises allowed.
Okay.
No surprise cock.
What are some other... Okay, because here's the thing. He's on the fence about this, and he doesn't want to do it, clearly. Robbie, what are some other restrictions we need to put into place to make him feel comfortable for this to work?
Between the ages of 20 to 40.
Is that too high, or do you want us to bring that down? Do you want to do 20
if she's Korean, then yeah, 40s is fine.
This is like...
If she's Asian,
okay, so how about this?
I'm open to Asian, not just Korean.
How about this? If we know that one of these 3 women are going to be Asian, can the Asian woman be 40?
Yes.
Okay, but the other 2 women will be, let's give it age range,
20 to 30.
20 to 30? You want to go that young? 20?
25?
21, 20, 20, 22.
I'm going to say 24. I'm going to jump in here. I'm going to say 24 to 32. Okay. I think that's a healthy age of someone that has somewhat of their head on their shoulders. I did not have my head on my shoulders until I was at least 24. And that is not true. I didn't have my head on my shoulders until last year. But the point is, so that will be the age range. And then Robbie, how will we source these people? I don't want to have them all be from Somerville because he might know some of them, right?
Right.
I think me and you need to scout. We need to go to New Brunswick,
Palisades Park,
where there is all different ethnicities it's a college town.
Fort Lee.
Right by in New Brunswick is where the Rutgers Medical Department is. We get a couple nursing or bio majors in there.
There you go.
People that really have
head on the
somewhat of a
shoulders.
future. Yes. Something going on upstairs. We need to go to New Brunswick, and we will document this part of it, and we will play it back on the show. We will scout women, and we will say, hey, do you want to be on a podcast dating show? And we'll even give them a picture. What we'll do, we'll bring a really attractive picture of Lucas, and we will find 3 women that already are attracted to him based on the picture. So they don't have to see you. They know what you look like. All 3 of them would already be willing to go on a date with him based on the picture. We bring them in. These girls are blind on the show. We do it on the YouTube channel. We get the 3 girls sit here, and we will conduct the interview. We'll each have a panel of questions, and then we will ask Lucas the same question. And Lucas will then have to pick.
Can it be this picture? Like
it will be that picture.
It will be that picture.
It will be this picture. You show it on for the show. That will be the picture for the dating show.
Nice.
So now this is starting to come together.
And I don't want to get ahead of myself here, but if you and the date are down, maybe film crew to the first date. We'll see what happens.
Maybe film crew to the first
date. A wire.
Maybe live podcast during the first date. So
we'll be in his ear with like an earpiece. We'll give him feed him lines.
live podcast for the first date at Green Knoll. We will be.
All right, Lucas, talk about your saxophone again.
We'll be in the parking lot.
Talk about your gigs.
So, okay. This is coming together. So we need to actually put this together soon. Because this is a great idea. Are you open to this with the parameters we've set in place
yes,
so far?
Now I am. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. What else would you need to make yourself not only feel comfortable? I want you to give this a chance. If you pick the non-Asian, which you probably will.
Spoiler.
We're bringing 4 women because with 4 women, there's only a 25% chance he picks the Asian. With 3, there's a 33% chance. I don't like those odds. We'll bring 4 because the point, if he picks the Asian one, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm walking out the door. I'm pissed. So we need to find the point of this exercise. We need to find an Asian woman that we really think does not make sense for him. Attractive wise, yes, but as a human being, right? So we need to. We'll figure that out when we go out in the town. But yeah.
Are the other 3 going to be all different as well?
Yeah, there'll be a white girl. There might be 2, or there'll definitely be a Spanish girl. There might be a lovely African American female, maybe an Indian girl.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, I think that based on the demographic of this area covers it.
Yeah,
you know?
and so we can go out in New Brunswick, but also he's got some people that have some leads for some other ladies. Like he met the most charming man in the world, and like the Korean version of you.
Oh, dude, I met.
And they might
Korean man.
and they might be
okay.
they were confident about like feeding him ladies. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So then me and you need to reach out to these people, and we need to help them source women for this.
Exactly. So what's this dude's deal?
We need to give these women something in return. If they do the show,
of course, yeah.
I need to give them like a bottle of wine or something for doing the show. So that's what we'll do.
Nice.
So if they want to do the show, they get a bottle of wine for being on the Digestif and being a part of the experiment. But they have to be willing to go on a date with him if he picks them.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
We have to make sure these women are all pretty much vertically challenged. You know, we don't want him to pick a girl taller than him.
Yeah,
no
Amazonian.
He's not going to give it a chance.
Yeah.
He's not. Yeah, no Amazonian. No, you know, if he can provide her cunnilingus standing up, it's not a go. It's not a good option.
Exactly.
Also, could you keep her under like 140, 140, 130.
Yes, I understand you believe in what's attractive to you physically is what was attractive in the 90s, which is eating disorder. That is what you're into. You are attracted to not natural curves, not the natural tones and natural beauty of the female body, and not the natural essence of why women are the ones that create life, that we appreciate now. None of that is important to you. You need Asian and eating disorder. That's why we're trying to wean you off of that, right? We want to wean you off of that, and we want to get you into real down-to-earth human being. That's where I want you to land, right? So I want you to know I'm doing this it's because I care about you, and I want you to expand your horizons. You are in the prime of your dating life. I mean, look at you. You're in the prime of your dating life. You need to expand, and this is a great experiment for you to connect with someone just based on conversation before you see them.
It's a generous service you're offering, Sam. I feel the love.
Yeah.
I don't think this will be super hard to set up either. I think we can, and so what we'll do is maybe we'll try to clip this out and put it on the Instagram too, see if there's any takers.
See any biters?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
But I think the best way to do it is just to kind of go out in like New Brunswick over the next week and just kind of ask around, go to a couple spots.
Just show the picture.
Show the picture.
Maybe we might go to Staples, get a big cutout of you, or like a big a fold out like paper.
Yes, we had to take that picture, print it out
pull it out of our jacket pocket
on legal size paper. It's all folded up. Yeah. We open it up. This man, the saxophone's half the size of his body. They're like, who is this person? Why does he have all these things?
Come find out.
What are your are there any hesitations at this point? Because what we can't have is us do all the legwork to set this up, and then you get cold feet. I'm not putting up with that.
Cold feet.
No, yeah. I want to make sure.
This sounds like fun, man. That's great. Setting it all up. That's beautiful.
All right. So this is 100% a go.
This is a super go. Yeah, you can freaking do that. That's
okay.
Awesome. Yeah.
Now let me ask you.
You're gonna have to describe me to them. So what 3 words are you gonna give them when you show them the scroll with my freaking face?
That is for me to decide.
No, I need to know this.
I mean, I'm assuming he's gonna improvise based on the person. That's what I assume he'll do. Like he'll give
3 different words every person.
I think the initial bio is going to be in Robbie's hands. Robbie does not have to tell you what it is, but no man knows you the way Robbie Sco does. So Robbie Sco is going to provide the initial bio, and then me and Robbie will take turns with each formidable suitor and ask them questions about what they look for in a man. You will listen. We will then ask you questions of what you look for in a woman in the same topic matter. They will listen, right? Mm. They are already okay with going on a date with you. And then at the end, you're going to pick either girl 1, girl 2, girl 3, or girl 4. Now, if you pick the non-Asian one of the 3 non-Asian ones, I need to know that you will still go on a date with them.
I will.
If you are not initially attracted to them from first sight, you will still go on a date with them.
Yes.
That can't even be a second thought, because that's unfair to the girl.
Of course.
You picked her. She didn't pick you. She is getting a bottle of wine. She's getting compensated in some way. But you need to take her on a date.
Do I have to pay?
Yeah, fuck it. It's a fucking date.
I have to pay for everything? Oh, man. This guy got lucky. His first day with Ukrainian.
We are covering.
Half.
Here's the thing. What you're not paying for is the recruiting. We are covering the expenses of getting the girls here.
Logistics. Scheduling.
Thank you. What else are we covering for him?
We're producing it.
We're covering the interviewing.
Compensation.
We said that, but I like that you
let's
said it again.
Let's say it again.
You said it again.
Producing.
We are covering all of that. Do you understand that the dollar figure behind that? It's probably around $78, which is about what a first date dinner would cost at, a little hole in the wall horseshit place that you're probably going to take the girl to. So,
I'll take her to New Brunswick.
Yeah.
I'll take her to one of those bars. I don't know.
Yeah.
2 gin and tonics for $8. That was pretty good.
I think the point of the experiment that will help too is we have to have one of the 4 girls we know is just wrong for him. And part of the experiment is, will he pick the girl that is just completely wrong for him? Because that will be another way for us to realize what the problem is.
What would that mean?
Is that you don't know if someone is right. Like you don't put your the patriarchy that you look at when deciding on a formidable suitor is not built to sustain your heart. It's just it's an immediate gratification, and you are not looking into the inner soul of the person. And that is what we are going to try to help you with.
I like this.
How many friends would do this?
It's never
unheard of.
No one's ever
unheard of.
You never see that on your Instagram feed.
You never. and we will do this we will go on Instagram Live for the show. The show will be on Instagram Live.
That's amazing.
And people can tune in.
They'll start voting in the comments, but you can't look at the comments.
Can you mention that I drive a BMW to everybody? Can that be one of the?
Yes. I think
it says a lot about.
I think that'll help.
What does that say? Because it's not a well-made car, by the way. A BMW is the most overrated vehicle on the American.
We're gonna argue.
No. I am passing this to my wife because she knows cars and I do not. All I know is that as a fucking piece of shit husband, I just take what my wife says and I take it as truth. And the BMW is not a well-made car.
Oh boy. Next topic.
It's an overpriced, not well-made vehicle. And it is a car.
Cut it out.
It is a car that represents small dick energy. I'm not saying you have small dick energy. I'm just talking about the BMW. You can't help that you found a BMW. You drive it, and I'm not associating it with you. I'm just talking about the BMW as a whole. I do not think we should say the BMW.
No?
I think the girl should just be pleasantly surprised by the BMW and take it for what it is. Because I think at least 2 girls on this panel will look at that and go, ugh, he drives a BMW. Of course he does. And those are the girls we want you to pick.
Are you going to tell them I play the sax?
It's in the picture.
That is a rewarding characteristic.
Yeah.
What's not a rewarding characteristic is that
is
that you drive a Beamer? No.
What?
No.
How was that not a
Do you know how much road rage I've gotten into with a BMW driver? It's every single time. The BMW driver has no courtesy on the road. They cut you off. They run red lights.
We got one speed. It's go.
Yeah.
Tiger blood.
Well, I think this was productive. This is going to be part 1 of the Lucas Perez dating show. Is what we started to choreograph.
Episodic.
Today. I'm excited.
What are we missing? What needs to be added to this, Robbie? Like, what variable? Are there prizes? Are there anything else we should do with conducting the show? Where's your brain going with this as the civil engineer of Somerville and Somerset County?
I think there's fun ways to really just the premise is there just to really like get those questions right. You know,
we got to sit down on those questions. Yeah. We got to think hard about those questions. What would be a good question? It would be like, something. I like when a question's like a metaphor, you know, and to see how somebody would answer that question, you know, like you're an ant, you're part of an ant colony, right? And the queen is telling you to be a part of this colony and do your job within the colony for the betterment of the whole, but you've always wanted to explore outside of the colony, but you don't know the dangers that may face. You know, if you were an ant and you did not know what was out there, would you be the kind of ant that would stay with the colony, or would you go and explore and maybe potentially run into a caterpillar and lose your life? You know, like that's a big picture question. That shows. What would your response be to that question? If I asked you that, if you're an ant, would you stay with the current ant colony, or would you go and explore and potentially risk your ant life?
I don't know. I guess to sound more interesting, I would say the second one.
See, this is the bullshit that you can't do on the show. Yeah. You see, like this whole lackadaisical, you're not into it. These women are going to be behind a door. You got to be on.
It's fucking 11 o'clock.
I know, but I need you to be excited about this. These women are going to want to hear excitement about who you are as a human being.
We're not doing it in the morning. I don't think any of them would agree to come here in the morning.
No, I think this is a Monday night.
That's a night.
That's a Monday night.
That's a nighter.
This is a Monday nighter.
Yeah, because there'll be drinks involved.
Drinks have to be involved.
Definitely some G&T is involved. Everyone can get complimentary drinks, and I'll bring some, like, you know, give them some dog shit Pinot Grigio to take home with them, you know, for being a part of it. Absolutely.
Yeah. Give some funny, like, problem-solving questions, like, you and your date are camping in the woods. Your man is asleep. There's a screeching alien approaching. What do you do?
Bingo. Bingo. See, Robbie's better with the questions. The ant question was a little much. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to pretend it was a good question. What would you do? What would be your answer to that?
A screeching alien?
Well, you didn't know what it is. An unidentified screeching sound seems to get closer.
You're with your date in a tent in the woods.
Your date's asleep. Do you wait it out? Do you
there's
react?
an unidentified
If
screech.
we're going to the woods, I brought a weapon. I definitely brought a weapon.
All right,
What did you bring?
See? There we go.
What would that weapon be?
A gun, something to.
Do you own a gun?
No, but
Okay, so that's
I've never gone camping.
So you probably would have bought a knife.
yeah.
Or a knife. I
You
guess.
have a knife with you.
For protection, yeah.
Would you?
I'd be prepared for that.
Would you open the tent with a pocket knife and be ready to bro down, or would you stay in the tent?
I'd go out. Yeah, I'd go out and see what the sound is.
Okay.
With my knife.
Okay. Well, I think the ladies would appreciate that. See, like that's the kind of answer you have to give.
Nice.
You know.
Nice. He's ready. He's ready, folks.
Yeah, I think he's good to go. This is going to be exciting. This is going to be presented by Bitch Whistle Boy Productions. That saxophone guy, and in partnership with that saxophone guy, who will be the next That Saxophone Girl. That is the name of the show. Who will be that saxophone girl? If you play your cards right, you could be that saxophone girl. That is how we sell it. We go out there. That's how we scout them. You can be the next that saxophone girl. And then whoever wins, this is the other thing. Whoever Lucas picks, A, he has to take her on a date, and B, she has the right, and she is going to be ideally contractually obligated to. We will work on that part. We'll work on the fine print. But she will have to change her handle to that saxophone girl. If she wins. If that handle is taken, then she will have to be that saxophone girl 2165, whatever. But she will have to change. Let's see right now if that handle is available. If we typed that saxophone girl. And if it isn't, we, I think, need to take it so that we can hold on to it for the winner of this show.
Grab it while it's hot, folks.
Fuck. Okay, there it is.
What about that saxophone guy's girl?
Saxophone.
That's probably available.
That handle's available. That handle's available. This is who will be the next That Saxophone Guy's Girl. Live here in the Music Lab. 4 formidable suitors, 4 different races, 4 different experiences. 1 man with a weave. I didn't know what that was until I was in my mid-20s. 1 man. Who is he going to decide on? Will he be even awake? Will he even show up? These are the questions that you're going to be answered if you tune in live to who can be that next saxophone guy's girl live at the Music Lab. Fuck yeah.
That's amazing.
That is what's going down. All right, amazing. So Robbie, we need to come up with a game plan of how we're going to source these women and make them feel like this is a good idea. That's the whole.
We got to sell it. We got to get our marketing team involved.
Sell that shit, you know? We got to really come in hot, you know?
Get our lawyers involved with the fine print.
For sure. For sure. All right. Well, anyway, I think this was productive. We're going to wrap up soon. I mean, last but not least, because you have a couple of music students today that are coming in.
I got, we do want to share you. We've been wanting to share you this one artist for months. Like, we appreciate that you think we're talented. One of the dudes we've been really digging, he's out of Brooklyn.
Yeah, man.
Multi-talented.
I wouldn't mind just giving him the entire budget for him to come out and do his thing. He's freaking fire, man.
He's great. We look up to him.
So
very creative.
We have a new potential artist to join the crew, and we're going to play his stuff in real time to end the show.
Yeah, man. Get his thoughts, and he is Ben Levin. Let's check.
That was still the Wedding Crasher video.
Oh,
I love that we are getting more technologically involved with videos.
Animator, too. Composer, animator.
Is this a male or a female?
Ambiguous.
Non-binary?
Yeah.
Hey. So I mean that's like, show them the breakfast the frozen toast.
Here's Ben. It's Ben Levin.
Show them frozen toast. Frozen toast.
Frozen
I think
toast
is the real one.
Frozen toast,
dude. It's called frozen.
No, it's
toast.
It's next to coffee cup. There you go. This is actually the really good one.
I'm the bread you keep in the freezer.
I am the bread you keep in the freezer. You can come only 2 hours, baby. So sweet, brown, like we blush, and like quickly brown. It's part of our balance. Put me in your mouth and masticate my body. We can live as merry birds in a party.
Honestly, the animation's fantastic.
Right.
So they pooped the bread in the toilet? That's what happened. Is that a goat? It's like a little pedophile goat.
Yeah, right.
Oh, the toast is alive again.
Yeah. Somehow.
So the goat wants the toast. The goat shat the toast out, but the goat is never going to forget the toast.
Exactly.
Okay. Now the goat's back in the freezer and he's missing his toast. All right. Turn off. Jesus Christ. All right. So I think what we do, I mean, wouldn't that be great if this is the intro music for the next That Saxophone Guy's Girl? And we just play the frozen toast. The frozen toast. Because I think that's a video that will allow these 4 girls to feel like this is what they've gotten into. This is what they've gotten themselves into. This is going to be the level of weirdness that's going to be here. But we will have, I think we need to have hors d'oeuvres.
Ooh.
We need to have drinks.
Yes.
What do you think? Have Ben there at Vintage. We'll put up a screen behind
Projector.
him. We'll have him do his animations and sing like that.
I don't want to throw too many variables that get away from the larger point. And the larger point is that you are going to find a formidable suitor. And that this needs to be
He's on a mission. I love
a
it.
true dating show. I want everyone involved, you and the 4 women that are willing to do this, to get the most out of this. So we can't just start throwing Brooklyn techno animations about frozen toast and goat shitting at them because it's going to create a lot of confusion. So we need to stay on brand with these 4 women. Know what you look like. You don't know what they look like, but they are here to get to know you on the other side of a cardboard wall, and you are just getting to know them based on their voice and their responses, right? If you hear of we need to make sure the Asian girl that we get has a very Americanized voice.
Yeah.
Of
Because if
course.
we get the Asian accent, we're fucked. He's going to pick that every day of the week. He's not.
Yeah.
He is going to be a douche about that. So
I know that.
So
Yeah, I think we'll make a variety show out of it too. Like every 3 or so questions, we'll have him play Careless Whisper or something.
that could be good. We could actually have him play the sax for them, and like in a way, he'll be like serenading them. So like that will be a really great.
What did you think of that? What did that make you feel?
We're gonna have like the Indian girl's gonna be like, I just want to know what his credit score is. I don't give a shit what the fuck he's doing on the bitch whistle.
Should we show him that? He's been keeping up on
Can we reveal your credit score?
I don't know. I'm very proud of it now.
Okay, good.
I used to have like low 6s for so long. I just got above 7.
All right,
I'm
so
happy.
here's the last thing, and we'll end with this because we gotta get going. But would you be willing? I want to have a question of what is, in your opinion, your biggest improvement or your biggest negative or something people might not know about you that you may not be proud of? Are you ready to answer that question? What would that answer be?
My credit score. Yeah.
I thought you said it did improve.
Yeah. No.
What's the
I got
biggest
confused
thing
by
that
the
is
question.
not going that well about you that you are willing to admit and say that you hopefully you want to get better at as either a person, something that is going on in your life, whatever it may be?
Shit, dating. Yeah,
That's a horrible
why
answer
we're-
because that's why we're here.
I know. So
So think about that.
What are
Think
your
about that
biggest
question.
weaknesses?
Biggest weakness. I think
I love too much.
when a woman sees vulnerability, that is going to be an important step for them to get to know you, and then they will be able to answer the questions about their own vulnerabilities, and you'll be able to take a better assessment on who you think is right for you. So you need to be able to answer that question so that we can ask them that question, and we'll kind of go from there. The hard questions we need to ask you first because they're on the show. They need to feel comfortable, all right? the more mainstream questions, we'll ask them first so that you can gauge their answers, and then we'll ask for your answers. So
are we gonna have all 4 of them behind that curtain in that room with that door closed, like every fucking like at the same time?
We're literally gonna have you upstairs. We're gonna bring
you'll
in.
probably be in a different room.
You're gonna be different. We're gonna bring you in like the corner of this room. The 4 women are gonna be scattered around here, comfortable and ready to go. You're just gonna be in a little dark corner, and we're all they're gonna hear is your voice.
All right. My sax.
Do we have enough microphones for this and headphones? That's the only issue. Like, how many headphones do we have?
Maybe need a couple more headphones. We're close.
Okay. All right. I might be able to help with that too. All right. Well, anyway, guys, as always, this has been the Digestif. We have come to a brilliant conclusion today of how we're gonna better the dating life of that saxophone guy. And very surely we will have the next That Saxophone Guy's Girl. As always, I've been Sam Mushman. You can follow me on Instagram at VinoComic. That's Vino_comic. SamMushman.com for dates and fun things going on. Mr. Robbie Sco, where can they follow you, hear about you?
Robbie Sco, Instagram and YouTube. ROBBIESKO.
And for you?
That saxophone guy.
Okay, good.
Enough said.
Enough said? Good. All right. Well, until next time, it's going to get real. We're going to meet people, and we're going to grow as a unit. So thank you guys very much. Peace.
Stay tuned. Love is in the air.